What if I told you that right now, in this exact moment, you are not seeing reality? Not partially wrong, not slightly distorted, but fundamentally incomplete. Right now, as you sit there, your brain is actively hiding information from you. Not by accident, not because it failed, but because it chose to. There are movements happening around you that you'll never notice. Sounds that exist but will never reach your awareness. Details right in front of your eyes that your brain has already erased. And the most unsettling part? You will never realize what you're missing, because the system designed to show you reality is the same system designed to hide it. By the end of this video, you'll start questioning something you've trusted your entire life, your own perception. Look around you for a moment. Everything feels complete, stable, real. But that feeling is manufactured. Your eyes are constantly capturing an overwhelming flood of information, millions of signals every second, light bouncing off every object, subtle motion in your peripheral vision, micro changes in brightness, depth, texture. But your brain cannot process all of it. So instead of showing you everything, it does something more efficient. It filters. Out of everything your eyes detect, only a tiny fraction becomes your conscious experience. The rest is discarded instantly. Think of it like a spotlight in a dark room. Wherever the light shines, you see clearly. Everything outside it still exists, but you're completely unaware of it. Your attention is that spotlight, and your brain decides where it points. Which means reality isn't what's in front of you, it's what your brain allows you to notice. We often assume that our brain works like a camera, capturing reality exactly as it is. But that's completely wrong. A camera records everything without judgment. Your brain does the opposite. It constructs reality. It takes incomplete data and turns it into a meaningful story. It fills in missing information. It smooths out inconsistencies. It removes what doesn't fit. And, most importantly, it makes everything feel continuous and stable even when it's not. For example, your eyes are constantly moving in tiny rapid motions called saccades. During these movements, your visual input is actually disrupted, but you never notice, because your brain edits those gaps out, creating a seamless experience. So what you perceive is not raw reality, it's a narrative your brain is constantly generating. There's a famous psychological experiment that reveals just how unreliable your perception really is. Participants are shown a simple video, people passing a basketball. Their task is straightforward, count the number of passes. So they focus, they concentrate. But halfway through the video, something bizarre happens. A person in a full gorilla suit walks into the scene, stops in the middle, beats their chest, and walks away. And nearly half the people watching never see it. Not because it was hidden, but because their brain filtered it out. This phenomenon is called inattentional blindness. When your brain is focused on one thing, it can completely erase everything else, even something as obvious as a gorilla. Now think about that. If your brain can hide something that extreme, what else is it hiding from you every single day? Now let's go deeper into something you trust every second: color. Look around you for a moment. Everything seems full of color, reds, blues, and greens. But here's the truth. Color does not exist in the external world. What exists are wavelengths of light. Your brain receives these wavelengths and translates them into what you experience as color. So when you see blue, you're not seeing reality. You're seeing your brain's interpretation of a specific signal. Different species experience completely different visual worlds. Bees can see ultraviolet patterns on flowers that are invisible to humans. Snakes can detect heat signatures instead of traditional color. Some animals perceive far more color variations than we could ever. So whose version of reality is correct? None of them. Every brain constructs its own version of the world, which means your reality is not objective. It's customized. Now here's where things become truly unsettling. Your brain doesn't just process what's happening, it predicts what's about to happen. Before your eyes even fully register incoming information, your brain is already generating a model of what it expects to see. It uses your past experiences, memories, and learned patterns to build this prediction. Then it compares real sensory input to that prediction. If the difference is small enough, your brain shows you the prediction instead of the actual data. This process is called predictive processing, and it changes everything, because it means you are not experiencing reality in real time. You are experiencing a simulation created by your brain based on what it thinks reality should be. Sometimes this system makes mistakes, and when it does, reality glitches. Have you ever felt your phone vibrate only to realize it didn't? Heard your name in a crowded place when no one called you? Seen a shadow and thought it was a person? These are not random errors. They are prediction mismatches. Your brain expected something and briefly made it real. This is why fear changes perception. When you're anxious, your brain predicts danger, so neutral things start to look threatening. Two people can walk through the same environment and experience completely different realities because they are running different predictions. Now, here's where things become even more disturbing. Even your memories are not real. You might think of memory as a recording, a stored version of the past, but that's not how it works. Every time you remember something, your brain reconstructs it. It fills in missing details. It adjusts the story. It reshapes the memory based on your current beliefs and emotions. Over time, your memories drift further away from what actually happened. Studies have shown that people can develop strong, confident memories of events that never occurred, which means your past is not fixed. It is constantly being rewritten. At this point, you might be wondering, why would your brain do this? Why not just show you reality as it is? Because reality is too much. Processing every detail of the world would require enormous amounts of energy and time. Your brain evolved for survival, not for truth. So it prioritizes speed over accuracy, efficiency over completeness, survival over objective reality. It gives you just enough information to function effectively, nothing more and nothing extra. So now ask yourself, if your brain is constantly filtering, predicting, and reconstructing reality, then what exactly are you experiencing? Right now, there could be entire layers of reality around you, details you will never notice, patterns you will never detect, possibilities that exist but will never enter your awareness. Not because they aren't real, but because your brain has decided they are unnecessary. And maybe the most unsettling realization of all is this: you have never seen the world as it truly is. You have only ever seen what your brain allows you to see. So the next time you trust your perception, remember this: reality isn't what you experience. Reality is what you're missing.